The time that this takes is obviously going to be very variable, and there's obviously geographical components to this, where definitions of jobs and skills are different in a European context than they would be in a Japanese context or a North American context, for example. So geography is going to play a role. Um, Size of company is going to play a role, and the amount of locations that they have in those geographies. Industry plays a role. In heavily regulated industries, this shift will likely take a little bit longer. In the more progressive industries, those shifts will likely be more accelerated. One of the lessons learned that many of our clients have experienced is trying to do this all at once across a large workforce. In other words, a big bang to go from no skill-based workforce to 100,000 people operating in a skill-based workforce overnight. This doesn't work. We at SkyHive implement what's called horizons, where we have very specific targeted horizons that clients implement. And this is based on best practice that we've learned from all the large organizations and partners and governments that we work with that have been learning lessons along this journey. And this means, obviously, when you're doing talent architecture or job architecture work, nobody is required to be engaged. And then you start with small fraction of your workforce. Usually it's a horizontal selection of employees, where you're looking of anywhere up to 10,000 employees in larger organizations to begin the process. A lot of lessons are learned within that. It's not necessarily at this point about technology. It's more about the people, the behavioral change, the change management that needs to happen on top of this. And clients find that this is far more economical from a budget perspective. It's far more sustainable from an employee engagement perspective. And it just speaks better to large scale enterprise rollouts. So it kind of goes from 10% of the workforce to 50% of the workforce to 100% of the workforce.